Welcome to Telecom in 10, where we explore the quality connections between our cutting-edge technology, unparalleled service, reliable products, and you, our customer and community, as we continue to transform telecom here at Northland Communications. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 6th episode of Telecom in 10, featuring Stephanie Van Dyke, Jay McLean, and Jim Blackburn from our team here at Northland. Let's jump right into today's conversation about the advanced features of Business Unlimited, specifically our contact center solution.
So Jay and Jim, can you guys tell me in your own words what a cloud-based contact center solution is?
Businesses are supporting multiple customers, and those customers need to reach out to those businesses. For the longest time, it was just done via a phone call. That was the only way that you would contact a company. But today it's really called a contact center because it's truly more than a phone call. It's a combination of that phone call, that email, that SMS chat, that chat off of website. It's multiple contact methods to reach out to a company.
Giving your clients the ability to call in, pick an option, get the right person on the phone the first time, or sending that message in and getting to the right person the first time.
And then we're just taking that to the cloud. So we're taking that whole functionality and taking it kind of off premise and moving it into our data center. And in this case, we're going to be talking a little bit about Xima's data center.
Xima has been a longtime partner of Northland. So before we get into the technology, can we talk a little bit about that partnership and how Xima supports us and our customers with their expertise?
Northland started working with Xima around 2010, so 12 years ago, and we have sold the Avaya IP Office for that entire period of time. And that's really where the relationship started. So it made perfect sense that when everything started moving to cloud, Xima recognized that as much as we did, and they moved their product to cloud so that it can be, continue to support people like us.
And it's nice to have that open communication with them, just like our customers do with us.
And they really do a great job supporting our customers, which is their customer ultimately, but it's just a really solid, strong relationship, and they're really good people.
So we kind of touched on a few of these different feature specifics, but let's dive a little bit more into the technology. Our customers have, as we mentioned, so many different ways that they communicate with their customers. So talk to me a little bit about this Xima specific technology and how that aligns with our customers' communication needs.
So it's really an additional service, right, to our UCaaS offering, where you can kind of add this in and enhance the experience. Technology has come quite far in the sense that you're no longer just ringing a group of people, right? So now you're weighting your employees based on their expertise. You are getting access to the live monitoring.
The real differentiators is skills-based routing. So with hunt groups and with IACD, you have a team of people that are answering the phone. But with skills-based routing, now supervisors and managers and even the individual agents themselves get to rate themselves and rank themselves would be a better, across all different types of skills. Now you use the intelligence of Xima CCaaS to route that call based on who's available, what their current skill set is, how long the person's been in queue. There's all these smart parameters that really go back to what Jay said at the very beginning, getting that call to the right person the first time.
I think a major end customer feature is the queue callback.
Yep.
If we want to talk about that a little
Game
bit.
changer.
Yeah, queue callback, you don't lose your position. And you also, your clients or your customers don't have to wait on the phone for a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. Kind of coupled with that is the ability to increase licenses on demand almost, overnight, same day.
Yeah, and the licensing with the cloud version of this dynamically allocates. So you don't need an individual license dedicated to a specific end user.
Yep.
You need the bundle of licenses of the amount of agents that you would have active simultaneously.
Exactly.
Which brings us actually to another really good point. So rapidly changing work landscape environment. A lot of businesses are going fully remote or going to hybrid. So tell me how some of the supervisor tools can help manage that remote workforce.
So the supervisor dashboard, coupled with the cradle to grave, which is Xima's historical reporting, is going to give the supervisors the ability during the working hours to look at that stuff, and that's where they're seeing these calls are queued, these chats aren't being responded to, and dynamically shift the workforce around to be able to handle, whatever's the most busy at that point in time. And then the historical stuff is nice because you get the ability to set up reports. They're automatic. They're very, very granular, catered to what metrics you're looking for to manage your workforce on a daily basis, or more long-term, I guess it would be your reports.
I'm a big believer in the real-time displays. The fact that a business today, when we talk about remote workforce, yes, that employee might live 5 miles down the road, or they could live in California, Alaska, Canada. Now you can draw skill sets from all over North America to be part of your organization, where before you were geographically limited. But businesses still have that fear of, well, how do I manage this? And the real-time views they're customizable per supervisor, per group, so that they're looking at what they need to live every day.
Yeah, and being able to historically report on that will also drive some major business insights like staffing needs, training needs, scoring your agents based on their skill sets, and maybe reallocating those people into a more appropriate skill set group. So to the point of our conversation, that one call resolution, right? You're distributing your skill sets where they're most needed and most important.
And you put all these different reports together in a way that you say, okay, we're this day we took this many phone calls and our scores went down, so we know that we need to staff more heavily in the first week of the month or the last week of the month in these specific departments, and you can really make those business decisions confidently.
Yep, that's another really good one. So we talked a lot about making data-driven decisions, maximizing the customer results. So I guess the last question I have for you guys is, let's talk about how, I think Jay, you actually touched on this a little bit, scalable and customizable, not only the product is, but how easy it is to add as an add-on onto our Business Unlimited offering.
The nice thing is because it's in the cloud and it's hosted in a way that mostly it's MRC, right, or all of it, right? So it's monthly recurring charges. It's a bit cheaper because you are paying for it every month, but you have the flexibility to get rid of it if you don't need it or add it. And again, that's just as simple as giving us a phone call and saying, I need these 5 people to be agents in these categories. And
one of the other advantages of being in the cloud is Xima comes up with a new feature, a new function, new application, and that just gets layered into the product because it's sitting in the cloud, and then we have the ability to turn that particular feature or application up. So as the product continues to evolve, because customers' needs are constantly changing, when you buy something, you buy it and that's how it works. And yes, maybe there is software upgrades, but this is just kind of automatically occurring in the cloud.
Right. And redundancy is another big thing there,
Huge.
right? So you buy this stuff premise-based and you have a piece of hardware that it's living on, and when that thing gets popped by lightning or a hard drive fails, you're done. Now this is living in the cloud. It's built in the AWS environment, so it's
geographically redundant.
It is redundant within the data centers themselves. If something were to happen, you're never down. you're always operational.
I think what we're really trying to drive home is breaking through that old school mentality that contact center is only meant for those big call centers where you walk in and there's hundreds of people sitting there and you're trying to manage all these inbound calls. We really have to rethink the use case for this. You can be a small business and have a few handful of key people that are managing your customer interactions, your frontline teams, and it's really saying, how can I as a small business or a medium business or an enterprise business leverage these tools to make strategic business decisions and do what's right for my company and for my employees and for my customers. So I think everything that we talked about today could be utilized and leveraged by any company, by any size, any industry. It's about understanding your customers and communicating with them more effectively.
Absolutely.
This way you're making decisions on historical data, not making decisions on what you think might be occurring or not
Facts.
occurring.
Facts
Right.
and not opinions and what people may be saying or not. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, that's all I got.